curious. He has a very curious expression right now. Like this experience is, he's curious about it. Not in a bad way at all. Like he seems like he's kind of into it.
Well, and you guys have learned to read him. What you're picking up off of him.
I mean, there's other things that he'll do too. Like if there's somewhere he doesn't want to be or doesn't want to go, he'll get real heavy, like a sack of bricks.
Sometimes
if he's having a good time.
Yeah, when certain people pick him up, what you'll find is some people will say he's super light. He feels really comfortable, and then some people will be like, I can't believe how heavy he is, or he's getting heavier as I'm holding him. And a lot of the people say that where he's getting heavier most of the time. What I feel from him is like, put me down. Like I don't want to be near you. Like, and even it's funny too because at this point we've been around him so much, and he's out in our house every single day, and we're communicating with him and giving him offerings and spending time around him. That if a certain person comes up to the table and asks if they can hold him, and he doesn't want them to hold him, I get it directly. Like he's like, and then what I'll do is I'll distract them and be like, yeah, but did you check out this thing over here? Because I can just feel that he doesn't want that person to touch him or pick him up. And right now what I feel like he's very curious. Like I think he's trying to figure it out. Exactly like what you said. He's trying to understand what's going on.
You want to hear a really funny story? Okay, here, this is funny. So today a woman walked up to him. There was a woman who, she claimed she collected haunted antiques and stuff like that, and she was really curious, and she walked up to Billy, and she was taking pictures of him, and then she came back about 10 minutes later, like almost in tears.
She
was like seriously, like super upset because Billy, she claimed, had wiped her phone. All of her numbers were gone, all of her pictures were gone, all of this stuff. It was totally empty. And she was super freaked out by it. And I said, well, that doesn't sound like Billy. He doesn't ever really do anything like that because that just doesn't happen. Turns out she was talking to Tenny later. Tenny walks over and goes, you know who that lady was? And I said, no. And he goes, do you remember years and years ago when you guys were running Who Forted, you guys decided to do an event and you called it Fort Fest? Do you ever remember getting into a knockdown, drag-out fight with somebody from a Fortean society from the East Coast who said you couldn't use the name Fort Fest?
She said she was going to sue us.
She was going to sue us, which she couldn't have done. But we were young and dumb and didn't realize it because it wasn't copywritten or anything. But she was fighting, like seriously threatening us.
I remember that.
Remember that?
That
was her.
Yeah, he was like, we didn't know, but he was like, whatever, these are my peeps. Like, I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? Like, we had literally zero idea.
I shit talk Greg in front of his back.
We've got a long history.
I shit talk Greg in front of his back. But I'm always going to be Team Dana, and probably
That's fine.
We're laughing. But Greg and I and Dana get along really well. We laugh and joke and have a good time, and pick at each other. But that's the way we silly humans are sometimes. We just joke and laugh and have a good time. So, if you hear us doing that and kind of having fun with each other, don't mistake that for anything else. It's just us being friends. That's how we show each other friendship. What are you going to say?
How do you know I was going to say that?
That's not good shit.
I guess. I think he's an elemental, and I don't think that statue was. I think that statue is created from something somebody saw, not him as.
That's lovely. I actually really like that someone created like an effigy of what they visualized. I've often wondered that, and I that's been actually one of my favorite ideas is that someone created a tribute.
Yeah, I think that's it. But I think he's an elemental, and that's why he was struggling to communicate initially, and he's almost because the elementals are almost animal-like you were describing. It's like a dog, how they become loyal to you after they see you protecting them, then they become protective of you. And
we're gonna do this again. And you can let Greg and Dana know if you're not good with it, no harm, no foul. I'm good with that. But if you're okay with meeting again when Dana and Greg and I see each other, that would be cool.